What's going on? All right, so I'm gonna take an easy win here. So what I'm gonna do, I picked up some marketplace stuff. We have an item store, and I'm gonna kind of retexture, rescan, re-rig, kind of just rework stuff to fit. And our original design for our longbow was not a longbow at all. I don't know why, but I'm gonna convert this to an item that can actually be used from this static mesh. I'm going to retexture it because I had team color stuff. So I'm going to be bouncing around doing a lot of art stuff. So I'll be bouncing between all the things. But for now, what I want to do, let's see which one of these I like better. Definitely this one. This one's way cooler. All right, I'm gonna export this. I'm just gonna put this in. I have like an export folder that I just put stuff. And really I just need to rescale it. And then what I'm gonna do is just overwrite our existing arrow model with it because the arrow is just so bad. This arrow was made probably in college. Like, this is probably the oldest thing in our game. It probably is 14 years old. But anyway, welcome. It's good to see new faces in here. Vectra, I don't think I've seen your name before, so welcome. If you've never heard of our game, we launch in a month and a week on September 15th. And if you have no idea anything about our game, oh, Bren, I was about to send you the introduction and all that. But yeah, this arrow stinks, so I'm gonna reskin this right quick. So anyway, let's just get rid of that. So I'm just gonna scale it to the existing one, make it fit, re-import over it, replace the materials, bam, new arrow. And then I'm going to also, what's going on, Abrams? And I also bought I actually haven't even seen it in here yet. Oh, it's probably up here. Oh, there's multiple ones. Okay. Okay. I didn't know this had multiple ones. That's great news because I can make a Founder's Helmet pack now. Hold on a second. This was not in the screenshots when I got this. I'm excited now. I gotta open these and look at them. They're gonna be retextured to fit our game, but... Ooh. This is like the mystery box open additional items. That's freaking exciting. Okay. Got some new Oni masks. Antaeus, what's going on? Welcome. Okay. That's awesome. Okay. This is the one that I actually bought the pack for. Oh, this thing is excellent. What? Oh shit, what's up, man? Audio mastermind Benji? Purveyor of audio and music magics? Oh no, wait, I take it back. This is the one that I was gonna reskin to be the Founders Pack helmet. But now that I know that this comes with like 4 different things, 2 different masks, that's kind of awesome. This is kind of too similar to one of our existing ones, but I'm definitely gonna have this as a mask. That's awesome. I'm gonna come back to that though. I just wanted to see what they look like. I'm not adding night helmets because our game's not it is not a night game. Uh, it's coming along. We put out these trailers. We've been doing playtests twice a week, Sundays and Wednesdays. It's just been busy. It's like I don't know how the hell we've done this for so long after our jobs. I'm like ready to be done, but the game has like no buzz at all, just freaking zero. I think the PR companies that we're working with really good. They're awesome. It's just the results haven't quite come in yet. So that's a little scary because it's like we went all Field of Dreams. We're all right. We built a good game where it's polished. There's really not that many bugs. There's almost no crashes. It's stable. Almost everyone gets 60 FPS. Our servers 60 FPS. But it's like, does all that even matter if no one plays in a multiplayer game and the streamers aren't playing it? It's there's a lot of I have a lot of concerns, I'd say, but hell yeah, man. It's just like you just put a brick on the pile every day. You don't think about the deadline or this, that, or the other. Just keep chugging along, trying to make a good game. That's all you can do. I'm just gonna go ahead and just export all the shit that I want to make tonight. We'll see how far. I haven't rigged in a really long time, so it might take me a while to get it working. But I'll start off with an easy win. Let me go ahead. This is the Founders Pack helmet. This one's pretty cool too, but it's really not that different from our existing one. Okay. And then how are these? How did they make these? One material ID? Nice. Not bad. This is the one. Shogun helmet V1. Just 3 textures, easy. I don't have all the maps. I'm gonna have to like bake it on itself. What is occlusion, roughness, metallic? That's all I need. I'll go ahead and make some folders for this. Characters. Helmets always end up in Kenshi. Don't ask me why. Founder's helmet. I'll answer these in order. Microtransactions. It's kind of annoying. So the very short version is I'll give you a little bit of a quick run through of our item system, just really fast. So we have a data table that has the item ID, the icon or like the image for the store, different categories like weapon skin, the adjective and name that's localized, what the price is, what classes can use it, and then this item ID is what's used in like Blueprint, whether it's a default item or not. If I want people to just have it, I set it to owned. Otherwise, it waits for you to like buy it through Steam. The data asset itself contains the actual like models or the references to the models. And then I have and this is the most complicated thing I've ever made on my own. I had a lot of help from like legit engineers, but So this loadout component lives on your player state, which is like your kind of like your persistent connection, and it basically waits for your character to load. And from there, it loads a loadout from your save game file, which is basically just a list of item IDs that you use for all of your slots. And then this calls a function that checks on the Steam server if you actually own it. And if you don't, it replaces the IDs with the default item. And from there, it sends all of that information to the server. So once it loads your local loadout, it basically says, hey server, here's my loadouts, because everyone else is going to need to know about them when I actually apply items. And then this actually applies to items. And what I did is I made generic functions where I just pipe in a mesh, and it basically will replace it with whatever item ID I plug in, and then I send in the team, because I make Hanako and Yamai versions for everything. And I have that kind of set up for like banners, so like the character gets piped in for some of them. The helmet and mask, I had to do some special case stuff, because when your head gets cut off, it hides your head and it spawns a new one that's a physics head, and I recreate the helmet and mask so those can like fall off the head as it's rolling around. And then the skin is similar, it's its own function, because that has some special handling as well. And this gets applied like every time you respawn. And then it uses a rep notify that basically every time your loadout gets applied, it increments. And what a rep notify does is it tells all the other clients that the value changed, which executes this function. And I just reapply the loadout items. So if someone joins late and they weren't there when I respawned, it'll still apply my items properly. And then on the Steam side, let me see if I have it here. I do. I have this item table. This is this spreadsheet basically this is for Steam, and each column is basically a JSON tag, like a key value pair. And then this actually came with a Steam inventory plugin on the marketplace, this spreadsheet, and when I click export, it actually exports the spreadsheet to JSON, and then I literally upload this to Steam, and everything you see on the item store will just populate. And then what I do in game, when you go to purchase an item, it basically just calls a Steam function. It brings up the Steam overlay to make the purchase, and then after the purchase is done, there's a callback that tells your game like, hey, you just bought an item, update your owned items list. So then it'll refresh the item grid so you can equip it. And that's more or less how it works. The only other extension is I have these paper doll characters. This blueprint is used, it's basically a duplicate of the character, but it has a rotator. That's what's used in the, so when you're in your loadout screen off the main menu and you see your character, this basically is how it applies, and this has its own version of the same thing where it's applying all your items. Like this is helmet, this is mask, this is the Sashimono banner. And then it applies your victory animation if you're on a server. And this is also used for the endgame characters where you see like MVP, kills, deaths, assists. That's where this is constructed. And then there's basically 4 of these in another blueprint that's created where that end camera is in every map. And yep, all this work. I started this system in July 2019 and just finished it. I mean, I didn't work on it straight, but it was probably at least 6 months of work. But that's just because I'm not a programmer. I had to redo this over and over because I could never get it to work. And then I found a guy on YouTube that did these networking tutorials for Unreal, and I found his Discord, and he like sat on a call with me for 3 hours and like helped me redo this so it would work. It was amazingly helpful. So in a quick rundown on the Steam side, it's kind of annoying. Like what I hate about it is for the icons, you can't just like browse and upload the icons that Steam uses. You have to like enter a URL in the table. So it's like kind of a pain in the ass to have to like manually upload like the icons to like our website. That I hate that. But it's cool that I can set rules in here like based on an achievement. So like if you beat the tutorial, you get the gold katana. And this owns is basically once the founder pack goes live, it's going to grant all the items in the table in perpetuity, um, as long as they're purchasable items. So you buy the founders pack, you get everything we ever make, unless it's like a challenge item where you like we want you to beat the thing to get it. So you'll actually probably see me set up an item from scratch tonight, all the way from the making the model all the way to full implementation. That's what I'm gonna do with that Yumi. A lot of people have asked for it actually, because our Yumi is like this weird European short bow that like the original artist just didn't follow the concept at all. But in an indie project, sometimes you just have to like work with what you get. It's super frustrating sometimes, but it's just how it goes. Benji, what are plans after this? I don't know. Um, there's basically like 3 tiers of success for Hanako, and depending on which tier we deem it, that'll determine kind of how far we go with Hanako after the fact. And we'll, if it outright fails, like there's not even a server with people in it at like 2 months in or something. We'll probably try either pivoting to do like single player, like 2 hours of gameplay released in episodes, or try to pivot to like battle royale. We know we're gonna do like a free for all mode on our existing maps anyway, and there's a particular map that I have in mind for the FFA map. And then should that fail, I don't know. It's really tough because it's like we have this giant content library of 14 years of work, and I don't want to sunset it when we can make stuff out of it so fast now. Like it's so fast to make a map. It's pretty quick, and once we're gonna do the new whatever we add a new class, we're gonna put it on a universal rig. We really should have rig shared all of our characters. We didn't. That was just like inexperience, and once we have that, like we can prototype new classes pretty easily. What sucks is if we want to make like a total reskin of a character, we have to use the old rig or redo all the animations. And every class has, I think, like 120 animations, so it's not a small amount of work. But if all else fails, I'm honestly, I don't know. I really like my job at ILM right now. A lot of companies are kind of asking for like a consulting company. Just be like, hey, you need tech art, performance, shader libraries, how to use Unreal, artist training, like all of that. Just like provide that for clients. That's something I'm leaning towards maybe down the road. What's up, Average? It has been a while. I'm really glad to be back on dev streams. We were kind of in the dark. We didn't want to show Yamai Castle too much, which, by the way, if you haven't seen that trailer, it's our most emotionally driven one because the backstory of the game. The support goes a really long way. Like, there's so many times I really didn't want to work on it anymore, and just people showing up to dev streams and like 2 people coming to test all the time was like enough to keep me going. Dude, we have to find a way to do a version of that. It's just like, hey Epic, let us put out mod support so someone else can do that unofficially. Not us, but someone. Oh yeah, I put it in an export dump. Like it sucks because like making one is one of the easiest things to do, but yeah, exactly. I need to reach out to Epic and see if they'll do some kind of mod support. Usually is like an entirely separate license. Okay, so here's the awesome arrow. I'm gonna rotate it 90 degrees because I think it looks cooler this way. And then I'm gonna import the old ancient 14-year-old arrow and just scale this one to match and then replace the old arrow and it re-import it, replace the texture, bam, new arrow. Then we'll go shoot it and have fun for a second. You gotta celebrate your new hooked up coolness. Weapons. Oh my god, it's 11:30 already. I am not as far along as I wanted to be tonight. 2015. There it is, this wretched thing. Do any of you not know the backstory of the game? The whole reason it exists. Oh, the scale of this actually isn't too bad. This is pretty close already. I'm just gonna use a FFD to resize this thing real quick. No, this already is like kind of good to go. Actually, I think I'm just gonna... I'm just gonna make this -90 so it's even. And then the little fletch things need to be just a little bit thicker. Full lore background. I'll tell the full lore background, but first, our lore has kind of changed a little bit, somewhat recently. I probably should make a guide. Tip number 1, the middle skill in the skill tree is an actual skill, and in fact, it's the best one. Okay, that works for me. Why you have to do me like that? What is this thing called? Oh yeah, it doesn't matter because I can just export it over the other one. So anyway, the Hanako story. So in 2008, no, 2007, my mom passed away. I was a sophomore in college. Um, we got 6-week winter breaks. She passed in October of that year. In November, I was basically off from November through December and started writing kind of a game design doc and a story where basically there's going to be these two warring samurai clans, the Hanako and Yamai. Hanako means flower child, Yamai means disease or illness, and basically it's all a metaphor for my mom's battle with cancer. And basically all the maps represent one of those themes or the other, or one, either her or disease. Like in that last trailer, the Yamai castle is basically if cancer was a castle, and I got to face it and cleanse it and destroy it. So it was kind of let out some anger, bring myself some closure artistically working on it. And really the Yamai village and all the Yamai maps are kind of that way. I made them very dark. That's why there's a lot of bodies and gore. Not so much gore, but a lot of bodies impaled, and they're very angry maps on purpose. 2014, that was the date on that arrow. 2014. You do the math on how old of an asset that is. So we started, so it was a college project for 3 years. We graduated. I started my first industry job. The team and I kind of went our separate ways for a couple years, and then circling back in 2013, I got the itch. I'm not a give up on things kind of guy. I'm more of a obsessive tunnel vision in until it's done kind of guy. So I had made so we were doing these login screens for Smite at the time, and I had made this Chinese Pantheon login screen, and I sent it a screenshot of it to Ajani, who's our lead programmer and one of the founders of the project, and basically he said, like, dude, this looks great. Can you make Hanako look like this? And I was like, well, yeah. So then I made this little map called Night Streets. I'm gonna open it now. I meant to open this last night, Arthur, when we were reminiscing about the old times. I made this map in UE4, and we play tested and kind of made a prototype of just like a 1v1 mode, just to kind of get combat started, which turned into a wave timer mode where bots would come out of this gate and they'd get harder, and then eventually 2 bots and 3 bots and so on. We did Kickstarter that failed really bad, which almost killed the project in 2015. Before that, we were greenlit on Steam in probably like, I don't know, 7 or 8 days, which was amazing. I wish that we knew what to do with that at the time. So anyway, this is a very like OG map. This is just kind of like, hey, here's how Hanako would look now versus how it looked in college, which was really, really bad. There's actually still videos on IndieDB of our horrific college project. It was very bad. We were very proud of it, but it was really bad. So as our stories evolve now, we kind of have the Oni demon representing the Yamai clan and also cancer, and we have the Amaterasu sun goddess representing my mother and life and love and beauty and serenity, and they kind of are guardians of the clan. And our updated lore, there's an Oni that basically is corrupted honorable soldiers and basically force them into the Yamai clan, kind of how cancer takes over normal cells and corrupts them. So that's kind of how it's gone now. And in our original lore, which is a really cool comic strip that our original concept artist did, I'm going to pull that up now. This comic strip, basically, the Emperor had two sons. The Yamai clan had already destroyed all of the Sengoku era clans, so the Oda clan, Tokugawa, all the like famous warring states period clans. The Yamai killed them in our lore. So we're kind of taking historical events and changing what actually happened in our story. They marched on Kyoto to kill the Emperor. The Emperor's two sons, who are the rightful heirs to the throne, they escaped to a secret mountain village, which is the village of Hanako, where Hanako raised and trained the two heirs, and they're the only samurai clan left that the Yamai haven't killed, and thus begins the war on Gifu Crossroads, which is this map. And that brings us up to everything else. The end. And you only really get that if you dig into the game and read the loading screens, which are probably not long enough to read. Is this the right one? Yeah. Alright, let me test this out on the Archer real quick. Another thing, oh yeah, I replaced the model so it won't matter. I mean, I really, really wish the game, we used to have a lot more context in the game than we do. We kind of went to the side of making it simple. How is it still those? That's not. These aren't the new ones, is it? Are they? Oh yeah, those are the new ones. Okay, they're sticking out a little bit, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just scale this part just a little bit. Yes, it would be hard to do. Just because the thing that closes the loading screen is like already, it's in code. Our programmer could probably do it very easily, but I cannot do it. I just think it's important for games to have purpose and meaning, whether it's directly put in through the game or not. All my favorite games were games that after I played it, it changed the way I think about the world. I think it's important that games can make you improve as a person. That's really my entire goal in life is to make games that do that. Shenmue 2, Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man, like Arkham Knight, Simpsons Hit Run, the South Park game. So originally the whole goal for this was make multiplayer, ship it, have it do well, and then it'll help fund doing like single player, more deep storytelling stuff. We mistakenly thought 14 years ago that multiplayer would be easier. It's not. Single player is way easier, but Unreal 4 didn't exist, and we were naive students, so what did we know? But fast forward to now, if I had a redo, we would have done single player from the beginning. Way easier to get across like what we're trying to get across that way. But honestly, we have so much content. If we made some like even just the Yamai characters we have now, it would be pretty easy to make a kind of a linear storytelling I don't know, either a dialogue tree or just like a linear raid style type challenge mode. Just having story beats and little dialogue moments. Like I think it would be reasonable to do that now. I've done so much level sequencer at this point. It really wouldn't be that bad. I think we can make 2 hours of gameplay probably in 6 months or so. But I did the math. To do 1 week of work that a 100-person game studio does takes the Hanako team 57 weeks. So essentially, the amount of development time we've put in is equivalent to about 13 weeks of a 100-person studio. Now, the people that bitch that Hanako's outdated and old and blah blah blah, what game have you ever played that was in beta after 13 weeks? The answer is none of them. I'm proud of that. You hear 14 years like, well, this should be like the best thing ever, but when you say it's really 13 weeks of man hours, it's a change. I never ever did that math until like a week or two ago, because after reading like 8 reviews that were like, great game, no players, it's dead, I was like, all right, sick of this fucking review. If we had 10 players for every person that said that, we'd have like a PUBG player base. Drives me nuts. I really need to just not care though, because we're about to have full release reviews, and I just need to not let that bother me at all. Ooh, this does not have the rig as part of it. November 2016. I don't even know which Yumi is the right Yumi. November 2016? Is this? Does this have bones? This has a skin modifier. Okay, this is what I wanted. Oh god, this is like this is like a legit rig. This is like a Maya rig. Okay, I gotta do this a different way or I'm gonna like explode because I don't really even remember how to rig that well. Oh yeah, I forgot you're in EU time zone. Good night, some of you. You do most work. Arthur, yeah. The Galactic Star Cruiser has a lot of sequencer, but yeah, I don't think I did any sequencer at Tripwire at all. It's pretty much all been Hanako trailers. Alright, so what I need to do is go back to, I need to just export the Yumi. I actually need to figure this out because I can't just not release Yumi and Kusarigama skins just because they're difficult to make. Like a katana is just a katana. You make the model, you scale it to fit our like collision box and export it with the textures. Like it's really easy. Same for the Naginata. I'm gonna actually go through the weapon pack and probably retexture some of those by the end too. But you know, a lot of people play the ninja and archer and they need a proportional amount of skins. Okay, this is what I was expecting to get. Yep. This actually doesn't really have that much flex, so this isn't going to be as crazy as I thought it was going to be. I think I got this. I think samurai enthusiasts will love having a traditional Yumi in the game too. I know I'm excited for that. Whoa, this thing's gigantic for art compared to our scale. Where's the... Okay, so it looks like the handle is the pivot. So that was actually fine where it was. This thing's gonna clip like crazy into stuff, but that's okay. I want the bottom to at least be the same. And then convert this to editable poly. 90 Shogun, welcome back. This thing just needs is... Our game's kind of a stylized game, so it needs to be a little exaggerated. It's a little interesting geo though. Let me make sure. I'm kind of not sure why. I might have to make the bind pose it already pulled back to the same point. I'll need to experiment with this some. But I think that tilt is fine. I'm gonna go ahead and just hide this for now. And then I'll skin. Okay, well the string already is set up correctly. This definitely needs some smooth weighting, but so let me go to the weight painter. And I think I'm just gonna go to paint weights. Oh yeah, you pick a... So I think you just pick the bone you want to paint. So is there a grip joint? An upper limb. So what I'm trying to do is like paint the weights to where like it flexes. I don't know exactly how that's going to work yet. It's going to take some trial and error because I'm not very good at this, but interesting. It didn't save that at all. Actually, I might have to do it this way. All right, now we're getting close. You know what I should have done? I should have looked how the other one was weighted just to get an idea. Yeah, I probably should, shouldn't I? Yeah, while I'm at it real quick, let me just take a peek at how this thing is painted. No, so this is like smooth AF. So it's like real smooth. Oh yeah, bend, okay. Well, that doesn't really make it much easier, but it's basically the whole grip area is like one, and then it just becomes like oh god, it's so bad. Yeah, I remember why I hated this in college. I don't enjoy this at all. I would have been done with like a katana skin already. Maybe the Ite won't get Yumi skins. Okay. It's not bad. That's not bad either. Okay, I think I got it. I'm gonna try that out in game actually and try that, see if it works. Except this needs to go like in the thing. I think I'm gonna default this thing to be like at the bone location. It's a little weird actually, but I'll see how it looks and decide. Not bad though. So let me try export selected. SKL. This is probably going to be a little iterative, but we'll find out. And then I'll take it into Substance and texture it, which is way more fun. I could spend. I like Substance Painter. I'll say that. I could spend a lot of time in there. I might have to make the gold skin for the Kenshi after this because this isn't fun. Or no, Founder's Helmet. That's way more fun. I still have 2 hours before I need to go, so let's do it. By the way, friends, if you want to hang out with myself and the dev team twice a week, every Wednesday and Sunday night, we play test the game. With about 5 weeks until launch, every test counts significantly. It's very helpful for us if you show up and test. Most of the dev team, if not all of it, is present. We all hang out and voice chat and test out new stuff, stuff that is kind of like, is this going in the game? Is it good enough? Sometimes there's crazy bugs, sometimes there's not, and it's a good time. So let's see if my first rig in a very long time works. Failed to create asset. No mesh is found or animation track. So export selected. Yumi traditional. Convert. Let's see. Preserve edge orientation. I'm going to uncheck animation. Use a newer version of. It's not unsurprising that didn't work, but. Oh yeah, I already have the gold skin. That's not good enough though. Fail to create asset. Do not understand. No meshes found or animation track. There is a mesh though. It just says no mesh found. I'm going to try deleting this and just exporting the scene. FBX, smoothing groups, observe edge orientation, deformations. Everything's here that's supposed to be here. Well, gimbal lock, whoever cared about that? Just kidding. There we go. I do want to import mesh, and it is using the Yumi skeleton. Don't need animations. It already has them. Do not create materials. Failed to merge bones. Would you like to regenerate? No. Yes. What am I missing here? String. I have all the. What the hell? Oh, hold on, I have an idea of why this might be broken. So if I go to animation, ooh, it does animate. Yeah, it always says the skeleton's messed up. I'm like, is it though? Like, oh, Yumi Route 1. Okay. So this is Yumi Route 1. And then this says Yumi Route 1. I thought I saw this say something else though. Yep, it changes. It has this extra node. What I'm going to do is just close Unreal and not save. Yep. Nope, 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 nope. So I need to double check my layer Scene Explorer here. And I'm gonna try just doing this with, I don't even know what this is. This is like some weird top level dummy that got made. I don't think I can delete it without the rest. Oh no, I can delete it without the rest. Still works. Troubleshooting. The other thing that I honestly still am getting used to in UE3, you can import like a limb that only uses a couple of bones, and it just wouldn't matter. It would play animation if the bones match. And in this, for like the heads, for instance, it still wants the entire skeleton, which is incredibly annoying. So I'm in this traditional folder. Let's try again. Yumi. No animations, no materials. Ooh, physics asset. Do I even need one? What does this do? Oh yeah, I actually do need one. I know what I want to do for it though. Okay, this time it did not complain about the hierarchy. So what I'm gonna do is just search for Yumi. I know this uses Yumi B. And then we can, what I'm gonna do here, this is absurd. I just want one capsule. Just want one capsule. Just want one capsule. Guess I gotta do it this way. This is used when a character dies, the thing ragdolls, and I just really just wanted to do this. It just needs to like flop around. It doesn't need to do anything special. Yeah, I have. I really love that it's just an upgrade to 4. Like we could just like we'd have to rewrite a lot of stuff, but getting like Hanako into UE5 wouldn't be that big of a deal. I love that it's like the what's it called? They kept the interface like everything's familiar. The buttons and icons are different, but it's pretty much the same area. So like the muscle memory is all there. Like there's a lot of new stuff, but I think it's pretty awesome. I love the new interface. I'm excited to use it in the future, hopefully very soon. If we do console, for Hanako, we'll definitely port to UE5 for that. I think you might even have to for PS5 and Xbox Series X. It's just easier to say Xbox. All right, I need to try this thing out with all the Ite animations and make sure it's not like wonky. The string is the thing that worries me the most. I don't think it's going to be in the archer's hand all the time. forgot to change the model. So in the weapon blueprint, I'm not going to make a skin yet. I just need that. Yeah. Oh, it's applying the because it's hooked up to the weapon skin system. It's applying the wrong texture to it. Let me just change that real quick. I want to see it kind of for realsies. This is where the Hanako and Yamai are. Oh, this only accepts material instances. I should have done the interface for that. Rookie mistake. Because I need to see the textures to see how it deforms. Okay, dick. I might end up not even needing any of this, but... There we go. Yep, that was kind of what I was afraid of. The positions are just off. You can't really ever see this, but I think I need to move it forward. And the thing I do need to move the string to be... It's actually not bad. Like when you actually pull the bow back, it's pretty good. And you really can't see it that great. But I think it needs fixed. I do like it though. It's cool. It's cooler than I thought it was going to be. Bow sweep is going to be more badass now. Get whipped with that big ass thing. Okay, so for this one, it clips into, so I need to rotate the model just a tiny bit. The new arrow looks dope too. Yeah, I really like seeing this thing with a traditional, especially once it gets reskinned. It really just needs like Hanako and Yamai colors for the bands. I don't need to do a whole lot to it. Yep, alright, now let's Hanako-ize this bad boy. I need the textures. I'm going to take this thing into Substance. I can just use the static mesh. I don't need... I spelled it wrong. Whatever. Sue me. Don't sue me. Don't sue me, Yumi! Okay, I'll never say that again. I'm sorry. Now my favorite program, Substance Painter. No, Adobe, I don't want the Adobe version. I want the version I bought for like 150 bucks that works forever, that's not a monthly subscription, because monthly subscriptions are stupid for software. All right, so what I want to do really quick want to go to the Yumi, and I want to make a few smart materials just so I can reuse them on the new one. No need to, and it'll just help with consistency. That's absurd, dude. I hate that crap. Is this just the wood? Is this just the wood material? Nothing special? Wood walnut with like a dark red? Okay. I'm just gonna, in that case, I'm just gonna snip the settings. Yeah, this is pretty simple. There's not really anywhere to put a clan symbol on this. Yeah, this won't be a big deal at all. So rigging this was actually easier than I thought, and I think the Kusarigama would be easier because there's so many bones. I just need to put an edge loop wherever there's a bone, and I think it'll pretty much weight itself. And honestly, I could use the same exact chain because it's just a T-plane, and just change like the thing on the end, on both ends, like the sickle, and then like the little weight. Or I could just retexture it too. Just pick that, and then pick this. Okay. Discard, don't need it. Oh yeah, I forgot I was gonna fix the it looked like it needed to be like rotated just a tiny bit, like something like this. And then there's something else I wanted to do to it. Oh yeah, it's not perfectly centered on the axis. That probably might have something to do with it too. And then I am gonna actually have the string back here. It's not gonna make sense with, actually it's not that bad. I'm gonna go back to Unreal and re-import this real quick. Test this out again. Anyway, what's going on, everybody? Chat, please feel free to send me questions. An active chat makes this 1,000 times more enjoyable to me. If you haven't played our game before, this is Hanako Honor and Blade. We're a class-based multiplayer set in feudal Japan. I don't know yet. Check this out. Hand position's not perfect. I don't know if it's gonna be. String position's not perfect either. I wonder if I can tweak this live and just like get a rotation that's good and then just leave it. It's good in the other, actually it's not. Actually, I like the other one. I wish that we had more time to do the FFA mode before release, because I think that's gonna end up being our most fun mode. And I think it'll evolve naturally into our BR mode. And I wish that our marketing stuff was going better. So let me see if I can like tweak this. First off, the already bent string was a fail. I don't like it at all. It's going back. The other thing, I'm gonna import the old one real quick. I just want to see where the hand grip actually is. I think it needs to be more towards like the back. And then the string just like needs to be straight. Oh, did the whole rig get deleted now? That wasn't supposed to happen. I didn't realize it didn't import duplicate bones. So wait, hold on, I need to go look at this again. So it actually it's too far back. It needs to move forward away from the hand actually. So it needs to go like this way, more to like this. And then the string. And then I need to figure out the rotation. The thing is, it's like perfect right here. Let me just see how this is. I might not need to do anything else to it. I love that you can just like oops. Oh yeah, does the violin emote still work? Okay, I see now. So now the hand position's better, but now the string doesn't come back enough. And it's still wrong in this pose entirely. I think that's just going to be a thing, that it's going to be that way. And I actually think it needs to be a little bit lower. So, getting close. This is a lot of trial and error. It needs to be lower, like right there. Hand position was a little bit better, but I actually think it should be like just back a tad, and then the string needs to come up to the origin, and then I think it needs to be like slightly bent. I think this will be the one. Then I can have fun in substance. Making the item skins line up is pretty hard, actually. Okay, as long as the string's close, I'm okay with this now. The hand's there. It's a little off in that there. Shotgun bow. Can't even really tell. I can't even tell what position that's in. there you go. Yeah, that's a wonderful idea, Arthur. I'll do that. Okay, so this is, I'm gonna have to do some like reverse, I'm gonna have to do some funky stuff to get this to work. Normal map, ID map's gonna be the albedo. AO is this kind of, but so I'm gonna have to do a layer that's just color. It's gonna be this. No, there's where the clan symbol is. I don't think I'm gonna even like bother changing it. I think the hand like entirely covers that. I didn't see it in game, so I'm not gonna waste time with it. I don't know, it's just fun. Like, when I get to the helmet or the player skin, I might let you guys pick. That's when I really like it. Once I set this up, I can show you another reason why too. Okay, so now I need to do RGB. Ooh, I don't even know what channels they use for what. I might need to look at this material and write it down. So red is AO. Let me write that down. Red's AO. Green is roughness. Blue is metallic. Okay, it's easy enough. So let's do, I don't think I'm gonna get AO out of this, but I'm honestly okay with that because I can do it a different way. Let's do roughness first. Roughness is gonna be RGB. And then I need a, forget what it is. I think it's filter. And I think it's grayscale. I haven't done this in a second. I don't think it's filter. I think it's, is it generator? Yeah, grayscale. And then the image input is this, and grayscale type is green channel. There we go. And then I want to duplicate this metal, and then blue channel. There we go. I don't think I'm really going to need that, but the performance master. All right, I'm gonna actually like bake this on itself. I'm not gonna do normal or ID. I am gonna do AO. I just want to kind of see what I get. I'm gonna use low poly as high and bake it against itself. We'll see what I get. There really shouldn't be that much AO on this. The main reason I want curvature though is so I can get I can do some mask generation. So basically what I'm going to do now is actually texture the thing, mask with color selection. I'm going to use that color strip, and this is where when substance is fun. So usually you make like a solid color texture of like where different things need to go. When I restyle a marketplace asset, I just kind of get forced to use the albedo. And from here, there's like an entire library of shit that I can pick for materials. So like if I want to make a gold skin, like I basically just pick gold. Like if I want carbon fiber, like I can just do carbon fiber and it's done. And it's just like all the properties are built into it. It's just very fun. And there's a substance share, you can like download ones, which is really cool. So like it's just, and it's all the PBR stuff's just there. I like it an awful lot. There's skin, plastic, and then there's also these smart materials. Like this is the jade one I use for the jade katana. I have presets for like Hanako gold and Yamai bronze. Like it's just it's very powerful, and it saves it. I have Yamai weapon bronze, Yamai weapon blade, Yamai stripe. It's just really good. So let's see, I used wood walnut preset before. It's this one. Scale probably just needs to be like 2. Rotate, have the wood grain going that way. And then I can literally eyedrop my other screen for the same wood that I used, and then I used a 0.29 roughness. Ring steps 12. And basically like this is almost Hanako-ized already. And then just to make this a little cooler, for this one I'll do pick color. And then I'm going to add a folder that adding folders just lets you make additional masks. So I can do a UV based mask. So like I can just like get the string out of here. Yeah, there we go. And then for this one, oh yeah, I actually have Hanako weapon gold already. Yeah, so I can do either keep it gold, like gold and red, and then the Yamai one would be the inverse, so it would be bronze and I actually think I don't want to do this now that I see it. I think it'll look better if I duplicate this and I do like a white lacquered wood. I just pick like something like that. I think this looks cooler. Let me tweak that mask a little bit. I think this is pretty cool. So now what I'll do is I can just export these. Oh no, forgot one last thing. I don't think it'll look that good on this, but I at least want to know. The black outline, like comic mask. This is at generator, metal edges. This is another thing where substance is just absolutely, it's just so powerful. Okay, I don't hate that. And this would be multiply. Multiply. Why isn't this? Oh, this is roughness. Multiply. And I actually think it looks absurd. It looks really bad. And then, so if that doesn't, let me try doing something else then. Let me do a linear gradient. And this is just for like, it's just like a quality thing. It just, stuff looks better with a slight gradient. All right, there's the Hanako one. Set that up. Really just, it's gonna be, I don't really need AO, but I'll just, and really this could be 1024. There's those, open folder. All right, now for the Yamai one, this is even easier. I forgot, I can just, I'm just gonna like make this real quick now. I already know what I want to make for this one anyway. There's the Yamai one done. And I'm just, it's actually just an albedo, so I'm not even going to use those because it's just a color change. And then I'll save this as all right, who's still with me? There really was Yumai texture speed run. It was just like, eh. I really should make the grips black, but like your hands cover it, so I don't really care. So let's go ahead and set that up, and then I'll do the item store stuff. And won't be using that. So gold traditional, I'm happy with where that's at. Let's import the textures. I need that, 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 that. I think that's it. Something very important, when you import a RGB pack, it needs to be set to mask compression mode. That's the, it's not, so basically because the grayscale masks are 0 to 1 and like black to white, if you don't leave it at masks, that range is gamma corrected, so like 50% gray is not actually 50% gray. So your roughness and metallic values will never look how it looks in substance unless you set this to mask. I forget all the time to do that. What I'm going to do is just grab a, I'm going to grab just like a katana material and just make Yumi trad HN. Move that to the traditional folder, move here, and then I'm going to come back to here. I don't think it actually ever applies this mesh because I replaced it in the a little confused actually, but I'll sort that out later. I don't think anyone's going to use the original Yumi once this is acquired. The new one's so much, it fits the game theme 1,000 times better. Which is why I'm going to make it $20. No, I'm just kidding. It'll be 50 cents like most other stuff. So obviously I need to replace this. Blade hiding, no. I'm gonna definitely change spec. This doesn't need to be masked. This really could be, where's weapon master? This really could just be this. And then there's Yumi, Yumi RMA, and Yumi normal. I love that they used half of the UV sheet. That's why its marketplace stuff is kind of stupid, but I didn't have to model anything, so I'm okay with it. And then make a material instance off of that called Yumai, and that I just need to change the albedo. Done. As easy as that. So I'm gonna make the item data asset first. Did I tell you guys my idea for the Boken? I know you heard it, Arthur, but it's actually Ajani's idea. And I still think it's hilarious. Basically, when you beat the tutorial, it unlocks a Boken, and the Boken does 25% less damage, but you get Boken specific achievements for getting kills even though it's way harder. But I say this in jest, we don't actually plan to ever put stats on weapons that are purchasable. I think that's just BS. So I need the store item spreadsheet. See what weapon is open. 1005, 1006 was the Jade Katana. I'm going to duplicate that, and it's going to be 1007. 1007. What class can use it? Archer, 50 cents. Adjective, traditional. Weapon name. Yumi? Is that not in here? I know there's a Yumi in the list somewhere. Let me copy that string. (1007), 1007. And then in here, I'll go ahead and duplicate this. ID 1007 Yumi Trad, the traditional. And in here, 1007. I'm going to speed run this setup. Yumi traditional, Hanako, traditional Yamai. And then just so I can test it, I'm going to do 1007. The icon, I'll make the icon after I test that it works. Set this to owned so I can see it in the loadout screen, and it should work now, unless I missed a step. So Ite, I'm back to the normal skin. I'll come into class loadouts. It's really slow in the editor because Steam doesn't work, so all the Steam functions fail. Go to weapons, there's the traditional Yumi using the Jade icon. And now when I die and come back, I should have the traditional Yumi with the Hanako skin on it. And I do. Bam! Let's check out the Yamai version. This weapon system is so flexible now that we have it working. Arthur, I got something special for you for down the road if you decide you want to keep helping us. Yep. This thing is awesome. The new arrow is great too. So in the items, you'll see there's a weapon trail and a weapon glow. I haven't quite decided how this is going to work yet. I actually might end up, but in any case, we'll have a way that we can have a passive attached effect that will just go on whatever weapon you're using. And then this other one was basically set up to change like a material effect to put like a Fresnel glow or whatever on a weapon, but we also could extend the weapon glow to also be a particle. These are two categories that I haven't added yet. Now, another consideration that we'll have to figure out is instead of weapon trail could basically get renamed to just like weapon effect, so it doesn't have to be a trail since we have notifies, because we would have to basically make a custom trail notify that loads like your skin's trail when an animation plays, that replaces the trails that are already there. If you, but I think this just needs to get renamed to like weapon effect, so we don't have to deal with that. And we could always set up like trail notifies to like not fire if you have a trail equipped, but that's something for us to figure out later. I don't actually plan to ship with those categories available. But anyway, this was a fairly successful thing. So what I need to do now is the Steam part. So needed to make the icons. So I have an item store screenshot map. This is my least favorite part of making items. I really don't enjoy this very much. Oops. When you do buffer visualization, you get the cutout. Take that on into Photoshop. I like my Photoshop like I like my Google Chrome with like 800 files open. So I'm just going to use this one real quick just so I can get this done faster. Why the heck? No. Yeah, I agree. I think that it's like just like easy win, like little stars or little like rainbow sparkles or whatever. Like for the glow thing, you know exactly what I had in mind. A certain laser katana variety of sorts, perhaps. So this was 1007 Trad Yumi. Most actually Yumi Trad game. God, I hate that Photoshop changed the freaking hotkeys for this. It's super annoying. Ultra premium. Wait, did I save this in the wrong place? Oh yeah, I did. Yep, it's just a simple 3-point lighting setup. Nothing fancy, does the job. Eh, it's fine. Everything's fine. So now the next part in this process is the data entry part, and I'm going to go ahead and upload these on another screen to stupid FTP on our website because Steam likes to pretend it's 1995 forever. So now would be a great time for questions. So I'm going to just go track down these icons right quick. This workflow really isn't too bad. So what I'm going to do here is insert row below. I'm just going to copy this one. Just that's the 50 cents purchase limit too, because it's part of the founders pack. So it considers the founders pack a purchase, which is super annoying. And then I need to replace this thing. It's just easier to edit it here. This is the owns DLC, purchase discount, tradable, not marketable. Copy this spreadsheet down to this thing, replace this, go here, export. I have to upload this on Steam on off screen. I don't think you can show Steam backend. I don't know why, it's nothing great. It's freaking terrible, to be honest. But what I will show you is the final result in just a second. Oh man, I don't. Is Kiku even a place anymore? I think it turned into something else. And then I'll give you guys a better background in this. Oh, damn it, I screwed that up. Let me go back to Gifu and give you something decent to look at for a second. Sunrise. So basically, upload the JSON. And I'm blanking out what I'm even looking for in here. Oh yeah, the JSON. JSON! Oh damn it, forgot to edit the freaking thing. I missed a step, guys. Forgot to put our app ID back. Item def failed. Okay, it's kind of weird. Let me just refresh this page. Steam's real particular about your JSON. There we go, now it worked. Yep, traditional Yumi, and now I think the economy's still updating. Let me force it to update. Still hasn't showed up yet. I'm refreshing the store to see when if it goes up. Still don't see it. I do see the Jade Katana now, but anyway, it'll be on this store page at some point. I'll Okay, so essentially, ooh, I missed one step. The final step. UI textures, store items. Steam items, weapons, game. So for UI textures that you need alpha, similar to masks, there's a UI compression mode that will actually use the alpha. So in the store item table, I just need to change the icon and set this to not owned. So then when you come to the menu, go to item store. I can't test the Steam stuff on here, but you see there's traditional Yumi. I made these a little bit bigger so you could see the weapon better. Our store's coming along. There's a decent amount of content in here. It's not everything, but it's not bad. Yep, when I had that, there's the new Yumi with the new arrow. I don't own it, so like it was remembering it from last time. I need to fix the motion blur. I updated this background a little bit. Yep, there it is. There's an item in our store from start to finish. And now one of the engineers that's helping us wants me to fix or add something back to the UI real quick. Is it WB Lobby or Lobby 2? I think it's Lobby 2. Party bar. Oh, it's in here. I don't even remember like how this is supposed to be. I think it's something like that. Yep, once I do a new build, it'll be in the new patch. There we go. So now on the Steam store, there's the icon I made in Photoshop a second ago. And now it is a purchasable item. And even if it's not in the game, if someone was to go buy this right now, once it's actually live in the game would pick up that you own this ID and you'd be able to use it. And since I'm on the screen already, I can't test Steam, which makes this a little difficult. I don't think I need that. Create party button. I think it just like be hidden or collapsed even. Do I have a better icon for this stupid thing yet? It's so bad. Ooh, I know something I can do while I'm in here. I could hook up these dudes to the scoreboard. Okay. I think that's right. So, all right. Now, what do I want to do? Yeah, let's go ahead and put the new player heads in the scoreboard. Switch it up for a second. I've been meaning to do that. And then I'll probably just get started on player row, chat class icon. Am I really doing it this way? Oh, I see. I'm changing the texture that way. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna move content browser so I can see the icons better. So I need select nodes for all these. And then I can get rid, it doesn't need to change the color anymore. I need, what, 4 of these? So, speed Kenshi. This is Archer. Archer. Naginata. Ninja. Should be done now. So if I chat bot. Yeah, I think they need to be a little bit better to read. Let me make sure this didn't like break the scoreboard alignment. Definitely looks better that way. I like this, but it's definitely not gonna fit 20 people. Yeah, I'll be streaming for like probably another half an hour-ish. Oh wow, 24, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, sweet. They actually still fit. All right, well, that works for me. Ship it. Let's go ahead and do the Founder's helmet. That just sounds fun. This is much easier because it doesn't have to be, well, it kind of has to be rigged, but it's not the same thing. So I should have under Kenshi helmets, Founder's helmet. I thought I made old rig. I could have swore I had a file for this already. Did I literally just set up? That's stupid if I didn't. Well, what I need to do, I guess, then is import. Let me see something here. That's not what that's not the behavior I want. I want the content browser to navigate to the thing. Stop doing that, Unreal. Kenshi helmets, okay, Kenshi helmet. So I just need that as my template. I don't know why this has a rock texture on it, but at least this lets me know where this thing needs to be. I don't know, I put this in export dump. Sometimes I put stuff in dumb places, friends. Sometimes. So the mask I'm gonna worry about later. I'm just gonna delete that for now. This thing has to be like absurd try count though. I need to make LODs for it. So what is this thing? Just I gotta know. I could look in Unreal, but I could do it here. Oh my god, 20K for just this helmet. That's not happening in game. That's more than the entire character by itself. What I do need though is probably, yeah, Kenshi's fine. I'm just gonna use the well, this isn't getting any easier. This thing's gonna look badass in game though. Oh yeah, it probably does need to be wider for the other classes. We'll see how it works out when I test it. I'm gonna test it before I texture it like the other one. And God knows LODs need to be made bad for this thing. Oh yeah, it's a little bit different of a shape, but that's fine. That sucks, dude. At least you have a store like that close. Oh, you're in Louisville now? I don't think I knew that. Do you miss Georgia or not really? Are you from Louisville? That's a fair assessment. I've never been there. I stayed in Lexington once, and that was the only time. That was anywhere in Kentucky where I actually stayed, or Richmond on the way to Ohio. I've heard Louisville's pretty nice though. My dad goes there a lot on business. Oh yeah, I forgot I actually do want collision on this thing. This thing's absurd. This thing should be like 25% tri count. Yeah, you can't even tell. It's just a waste. No, the stupid Unreal thing. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just do the same thing that I did before. Oh, this thing has a stupid name. Oh my god, it's so fucking annoying. Unreal, why? It's like if you hit shift and right click, it just breaks right click until you relaunch the editor. It's very annoying. Oh, it has to be mixed. That's annoying. What happens if, oh shit. Helmet's lit? Hell yeah, it looks dope. Now I need to try it on the other classes to make sure it doesn't like clip through their head. damn, no, it works great. Nice. There's a little bit of mask clipping on this one, but I think it's fine. You can't really even see your character like that. Looks fucking dope though. Yeah, we did. We got the Epic Mega Grant last year, and I hired the company that did the campaign for Maneater, because I thought they did a really awesome job with it. But I also didn't really now that I understand things a little bit better, the gigantic marketing budget kind of had more to do with it. Like Game Press doesn't want to cover indie games. They just don't. And yeah, it's just one of those things that I don't think like PR can't guarantee results, so it's a risky gamble anyway. We were pretty much gambling the entire grant on it. We paid for translations, so the game's in like 6 or 7 languages now. Um, but it was cool, man. I had applied for it, I think 7 different times since they like released it, and they so it was the 13th anniversary of my mom passing away, and there's like a restaurant around here that I go to on that day, and I always listened to Black Hole Sun was our song. I don't know why. It has no like lyrical relevance to anything. It just was, and I listened to it in my car, and I went to my phone dock to change the song on Spotify, and I saw like an email from Epic, and the subject was like congratulations. So and I applied like 9 months before, and in April they were like, hey, we need more time with your application, and I guess they looked into the game and they found that date was very significant, and they arranged to award it like on that day. And right after Black Hole Sun was over, I got the email that we got the grant, and I pulled over and had a moment for probably like 10 minutes. I couldn't drive. I was like, nope. It's like, I can't believe they freaking did this on this day. It was really cool. Really, really awesome of them. Like, they didn't have to do that all sentimental and such. Glad they did. It's really. I wish we were getting better results, but you know, we'll see. Valve has been kind of cold with us lately, but I think it's because like every indie game's emailing them like, "Hey, dude, can I get like promotion here?" Every game gets like 5 update rounds, and once you use them, you're done. You never get more. There's nothing you can do to get more. So we'll use one at launch, and it lasts for a month, and I think that gets us some like front page um, placement. So we'll see. Organic Steam traffic on the storefront is far beyond like any paid ads or anything other than like a giant streamer playing. But those dudes want like 10 grand to make one video. It's stupid. But there's something to be said for the organic traffic, and there is a lot of back end stuff that I'm glad we didn't have to do. But I totally understand not having to do it. I think at this point, if I could get a EGS exclusivity and use Epic Online Services, which basically like connects by API key to like every platform, you only have to do your back end once and you're just done. I would have gone that route, but they weren't receptive when I asked, like, hey, can we do EGS? We're happy to do it. You gave us a mega grant, like we want to be on your platform, but I didn't get any response to that. Oh, it has that other fucking helmet in it. It's stupid. Yeah, that's the whole like Field of Dreams, like just build a great game and the rest will take care of itself. That's our role, our dice roll too. It's like the most frustrating thing for me has definitely been the whole game's amazing but no one plays, and then no one plays because people see those reviews and like, oh well, if it's a dead game, I'm not buying it. So it's like that chicken and egg thing. Just multiplayer, player-based building's the hardest part by a gigantic margin. I don't even think there's a close second for what's the like next hardest thing. It sucks. I hate every single thing about it. Gamers are entitled as hell. They don't care. They have no understanding of how hard it is. Just absolutely zero. But, you know, you do what you can. I enjoy staying up till 2 in the morning every day doing this, so I've enjoyed every step of the journey, ups and downs, whatever. We've had a lot of them. It's rough. Steam really needs to update their structure to go 88/12 like Epic. 70/30 is freaking criminal at this point. I hate it. It's stupid that we have to do that. Yeah, I think that was like a pretty much guaranteed outcome, unfortunately. I wish it wasn't, but that's just how it was going to go. Hi-Rez followed Midair pretty closely too. A lot of people paid attention to that project there. I wouldn't be surprised if someone there like asked the community to like kind of sandbag it, to be honest. That's totally like me making stuff up though. Like I don't have any idea of if that's true or not. What's going on? Bad news? Full disclosure, I did not make this. This is a marketplace thing I'm reskinning to fit our game, but I am an environment artist and game artist, and I do have good packs that are mine, and I have to prove it. Let me find one of them. Here's a decent pack. There's like a whole architecture kit in this pack. And another solid pack. One more for good luck. There's probably like 20 props in this pack. I love Substance so much. I'm just trying to set this up to pick up on it later. I'm not going to be able to finish this tonight. I need to go to sleep. Yeah, I was an environment artist for like 6 or 7 years, and then I switched to tech art, like performance shaders, workflow, so forth. And on this project, I kind of have to do most content related stuff, but I've done almost all of the UI, like blueprint and programming at this point too. What the hell was I trying to open in here? I don't even... Oh yeah, I was just trying to save the helmet. Alright, let me go to our smart materials. I'll at least get some of our stuff going. No, that's not right. Oh, that's Hanako weapon blade. I thought I read weapon gold. I'm still in the industry. I just do this at night. I've been in for 11, yeah, 11 years now. So the whole fucking thing. Actually, I'm gonna leave this here. I'm gonna make this a select, or maybe mesh select. Okay, so that's like built in. How did those little things not end up in there? Wow, these aren't mirrored UVs, that's surprising. It's really hard. I don't like UI at all. Especially the art part. The programming side I actually kind of enjoy. It was fun. It was fun to learn something completely different outside of the skill set. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna probably get off in a couple minutes. Um, I'll probably be back if you want to give me a follow. Also, if you wanna play every Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern, we do a playtest, development team versus community, try out new stuff, debut new items, and so forth. We only have 5 weeks until the game comes out of early access into 1.0, so every test matters a lot. And it would be great to get new player feedback. How different is this gold than oh yeah, it's almost exactly the same. Nice. Not having a legit ID mask is super annoying, but that's the price you pay for marketplace stuff that is supposed to stay in Unreal. Wonder if I do a folder, color select. And this one. So what the hell is wrong with this now? Why am I not, I'm getting like the opposite. Yeah, it's probably good enough. Let's see if my old plastic cables works for this. I love that brush. Testers are extremely difficult to come by. We're lucky to have like, there's a couple that have played like every test for forever. This brush is like one of my favorites for samurai stuff. It works so good. Is this what color I put on the Naginata? Yep, I did do gold and oh man, it screwed up over there. It looked perfect on everything else. Wonder if I can do triplanar. No. Well. We have like 5 weeks to go. A lot of stuff's gonna be done before that. Thanks. It's been a long journey. A very long journey. Ooh, I actually kind of like that. And then for the antlers, I'm gonna try this bone stylized. Oh damn, it actually looks really cool. Let's go ahead and add black mask. I'll use the mesh selector. I'm gonna lighten this up a little bit. Like almost like they're like, yeah. And then what I really wish that this freaking, actually have an idea. I'm gonna duplicate this, add black mask, and then see if I can just add this one. And then rotate. Damn it, that's the whole thing. That's not as awesome. So add black mask again. Let's see if I can do this by UV shell. And since it's definitely different UVs. Yep, there we go. Plastic cable is like the secret weapon of like samurai ties and ropes. I think I'm gonna need to export this and see it on the character before I go to bed now. I've gone too far. Let's go ahead and get the edge highlight mask on here. Generator metal edges. Oh, that's what I do. It's a black mask, and the generator's on the mask. That's what I did wrong. Ooh, that mask. The mask looks awesome with our stylization. And so does the dragon. Yeah, this thing turned out real cool. The mask I'll set up later. It has to be a separate item, and I'll bundle them together. This is part of the Founders Pack, but I at least want to see what it looks like. This thing's badass. This was I love Substance, so much fun. Okay, helmets, Founders, there's no textures in here. Remember, the secret weapon here is you have to change masks, RGB packs to masks, or it'll look wrong. And also these can actually probably be 512s because of the size of the object. And then I need the original helmet material. It's using the Mick Kenshi head. That's fine. So it's using like the character master material. Just gonna use default lit. that. Normal map. Mask. One thing I do need to do actually is that this layer does need roughness, and it needs to be fully rough. And then it needs metallic as well. Metallic needs to be 0. And I actually think I can have a little bit more of this. And then I'm just gonna hook up this mic real quick and check it out on the character. Actually looks a little blurry at that size. I'm gonna up-res it and yeah, it's pretty dope. Our item store is coming along nicely. It's coming along slowly but surely. Release is in 5 weeks. See how it goes then. Okay. Yep, that's looking cool. And I will see you guys sometime soon. Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern, we have our next playtest. I'll probably make all these items equipable without having to buy for this test if you want to check them out. And we'll have a bunch of other fixes and things that we've been working on. So we'll be dev streaming the rest of the way, our final 5 weeks of polish. So give us a follow. I will be back. Thanks so much, Benji. It's great to catch up and see a familiar name on here, and glad you're doing well. Best of luck on your project as well. I'll be keeping an eye on it. Have a good night, everybody, and a good rest of your week if I'm not back again. And if you test Wednesday, see